Welcome to the Diary of Discovery, the podcast where we delve deep into the human experience of healing and transformation. I'm your host, Jacky Clarke, and each week we will sit down with inspiring individuals who have embarked on their own personal journeys of healing and self-discovery. From overcoming trauma to navigating life's challenges, our guests share their raw and honest stories, offering insights, wisdom, and hope to all who tune in. So grab your favorite cup of tea, find a cozy spot, and join us as we uncover the power of resilience, courage, and the pursuit of authenticity. This is the Diary of Discovery.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. So, we're in for another solo episode, and it always blows my mind how quickly these come around. So, we're at the end of June already, coming into July, halfway through the year, which is just crazy. And today's episode might be a little bit of an uncomfortable one. But in a way, I think that that's really needed because I wanted to talk about something that I think is really important. And I think that this happens across both genders, but I experience this a lot with women because that's who I work with. And it's this idea of being quote unquote fine. So, as a society, we have become so good at just saying that we're fine, regardless of how we actually feel, regardless of what's actually going on. And for a lot of women that I'm working with, my friends, like people that I'm engaging with, they have this idea of like being fine, but you're like the one person that is relied on. You're getting all the things done. You're holding everything together. You're not falling apart. You're not in crisis. You're coping. But actually, when was the last time that you actually felt good? Like, when was the last time that you actually felt great? When was the last time that you felt real happiness or real joy or real peace? So you're not just okay, you're not just getting through the day, you're not just fine, but you're genuinely like energized, connected, present in your life. Because there's a massive difference between those two. And I don't think that most people even realize that they've slipped into this fine category. Because from the outside, being fine, it looks good enough. Like you'll look at somebody and they'll be functioning, they'll be ticking boxes, they'll be getting things done. But actually, underneath it, there's often something else going on. And like a lot of people that I speak to are saying that, they're tired in ways that sleep just doesn't fix. Like everything just feels a bit flat, a bit bland, a bit like blah. I've heard people say that they feel like they're just going through the motions of life. They're not actually like experiencing life or enjoying life. They're just ticking the boxes of like, these are the things that I do in the day, rather than actually experiencing and like enjoying what life could look like. And you might not even be questioning it at the moment. Like, you might not even be, until I've said this right now, you might not have even questioned this because nothing is technically wrong. But at the same time, nothing feels completely right either. Nothing feels fully alive, or nothing feels like it's actually exactly how you want it to be. And I think that this this is where the nervous system piece comes in, okay? Because for a lot of people, this state of like I'm fine is often what we would call in the nervous system a functional freeze. Okay, so you're not in full stress mode. You're not in like full overwhelm or panic, but you're also not fully engaged. So it's like you've got just enough energy to get through the day, but not quite enough to feel lit up by it. Yeah, so you keep going, you keep showing up, you keep doing what's expected of you, but there is a disconnect in who you are and how you want to show up. And this can show up in your life, like just in general, in like all of the things that I've spoken about now, but it could also show up in your business. So if you are in business and you are, you know, doing all of the things, so like maybe you're posting, maybe you're working with clients, maybe you're planning, you're organizing. And this can show up in your business in ways that are really easy to miss as well. Because again, like you're still doing the things. Maybe you're posting, maybe you're working with clients, maybe you are planning, thinking, organizing, but actually everything just feels a little bit forced. Like your content doesn't quite land in the way you want it to. Maybe you're holding yourself back more than you realize, and you're not actually saying the things that you want to say and showing up in the way that you want to show up. And maybe you're staying busy to try and avoid like the bigger, bolder moves that would move you into that place of like full alignment of like what you genuinely want. And this is the difference between like being present, being here, but you're not actually fully available. And like there's a really big difference in that space, in that energy, in how you actually participate in your life. So I guess I want to speak about like why this actually happens. And most of the time it's not random. It's actually learnt, like it's a learnt behavior. And for a lot of people, it's because we've become very good at coping. So for a lot of people who are in this state, and like maybe you don't identify with this, but if you do, for a lot of people in this state, it's because you've had to be the strong one, because you've learned that slowing down wasn't safe for somebody like you. You've learned that, being in an environment where you've just had to get on with things, no matter how you felt. You've had to be the one that fixes things. You've had to be the one that shows up. You've had to be the one that carries the mental load. And this could be, in relationships, in family situations, in friend situations, like there's loads of ways that this could show up. But your system adapts over a period of time and it goes, okay, functioning is safe and we can just keep going. We don't have to feel too much. We don't have to stop. We don't have to like burn ourselves out completely. But over time, it just becomes like the normal. And I think there are so many, like, I'm hearing so many songs and like so many things in the world at the moment where people are talking about this like being fine and like it's like a functioning rather than actually enjoying life. And I think that a lot of people are in this space, but it's really important to like say this out loud. There's a cost to living in this space. There's a cost because when you are always just fine, you don't actually have access fully to your creativity. Like, you don't have access fully to take risks that actually move you forward. You don't have the ability to fully express yourself. And actually, business can feel at a real plateau. Life can feel like it's just a bit muted. Like nothing's falling apart, but nothing's really fully coming together either. And it's a really sad place to get stuck in. But a lot of people get stuck here. a lot of people function from this place. And I know like I've been here, like on my journey of healing my depression, I went from massively depressed to functioning fine to actually coming out the other side and living my life. And there's moments on paper where like your journey on paper will look like everything's really good. I was working, I was building things, I was showing up. But if I'm honest, I actually felt quite like disconnected from it all. I wasn't fully in it. I wasn't fully feeling anything. And like I've had a couple of moments like in this process, like when I built my six-figure consultancy, I was going through a massive year of, grief. We'd lost a lot of family members, but I would also going through a massive, like we were getting married. There was a lot of like positive things happening. And actually, I felt quite disconnected from both of those things, like from the grief and from all of the like big life changes that were happening, because I was coming out of this place of like, I just need to get through this. Like, I just need to hold it all together, like, create it all, like, do all of the things. Obviously, I was growing my business at the same time. And it all felt like I was doing it, I was building it, I was showing up, I was working, I was creating, but I felt really disconnected from everything. And I've had that like a few more times, like as we've gone through. I know one of my biggest wobbles in life was actually when I succeeded the most. So it had always been a dream for us to move back to South Africa and to live, debt-free, mortgage-free, in a house that we absolutely loved. I'd written the spec of like the house that we wanted, the environment, the atmosphere, the rooms, like the space, everything. And I remember when we actually achieved that. So it was, a number of years ago now. I was like just in my early 30s at the time. And we sold our house in the UK. We relocated back to South Africa where we've always wanted to live permanently. We we bought cash, so we had no mortgage. We paid off all of our debt. Like we had done all of the things on the list of things to do. Like everything we were building towards had been achieved. Everything that we wanted to do, like we were showing up for. Jay had got like the best job. He'd had like four job offers. He'd picked the best job like for the lifestyle we wanted to live. Like just like everything was supposedly working. And I felt so disconnected. I was like questioning whether I could actually run a business. I was questioning whether I was the right person to teach people like how to achieve their life dreams while literally achieving my life's biggest dreams, because I wasn't fully in it. I wasn't fully feeling it. And I like didn't actually have that ability to recognize like straight away that I wasn't actually engaged, because I wasn't actually struggling in an obvious way. Like everything was just fine. And it was a really kind of interesting shift. And it took a lot of slowing down to actually notice and to realize that something had to shift. So when I'm thinking about this journey, like I think some of the things that really helped, and as I said, I always love to be practical in these sessions, was not actually forcing myself to do more and not like piling on more stuff and, you know, trying to like push myself to like be more excited and like feel more things. It was actually just like really starting with the awareness of noticing like where I am just getting through the days, like where I am showing up but not really there. So I was, doing really cool things but not actually engaging with the things. So I remember saying like I always wanted to have the freedom to just be able to like go to the gym in the middle of the day. And then I would go to the gym in the middle of the day and I wouldn't be present and I wouldn't be like involved in that process. I would just be like thinking about the next thing that I had to do and like getting myself through it and being like, hey, yeah, like I did the thing, like that's fine. but actually being able to notice in my awareness, like, these are the things I dreamed of, like, these are the things that I wanted. And I need to be more present in these moments. And just being really honest about that, like, oh, I'm, doing a massive girls' weekend away with the girls, but like always looking for the things that like aren't working properly, or, Jay and I are living literally like the best expression of our lives that we wanted to live, but I'm like not fully feeling and like not actually engaging in the thing that I wanted. And I think like we have to be really honest with ourselves and ask ourselves, like, am I actually just coping? Like, am I actually, I don't know, like, am I not actually fine? Like, am I not actually okay? Because it's so easy for us to say, like, I'm fine. Yeah, everything's going okay. Like, it's all good. But actually, we're just using it as a coping mechanism. And like that shift alone in that awareness can really change the way that we show up for ourselves and the way that we, I guess, like interrupt the pattern. So, what we've got to think about is like, this is where people find resistance because it feels really uncomfortable. But actually, if you can slow down, even for a moment, like I slow down in the activity that I'm doing, that is like the thing that I wanted, or pause before I move on to the next thing and actually just like appreciate the moment that I'm in and actually letting yourself feel what's truly there, like letting yourself actually feel what is going on. So, not fixing, not analyzing, like just allowing it. It brings us back to this like aliveness in a really small way. And like, I had this happen, oh gosh, maybe like 2 months ago when I was at home. I'm in the UK at the moment, but when I was home and we went to a braai at a friend's house, we had a really jam-packed weekend. We had loads of birthdays. We'd been like back to back doing things. And we went to a braai at a friend's house, and I was sitting outside by the fire. I was having a drink, like everyone else had actually gone inside for a moment. So it was just me, the fire, and like our friends are there, their kids are there. Like I absolutely love all of these people. We had come from like a birthday lunch, which had been absolutely wonderful. And like there was just so much goodness, like so much aliveness, so much wonderfulness. And I actually just found myself sitting there, just like looking at the sky, looking at the trees, looking at the clouds, and just feeling absolutely in awe of the life that I was living, like actually just soaking in the aliveness of what I've created. And this is what it's about. Like, it doesn't have to be this big, dramatic, like, you know, I'm so wonderful, everything is wonderful. Like, it's just about actually how can there be a little bit of a shift? How can we, in the moments that we're in, like really experience them, really like stop and indulge in the moment? So, like, if we're going outside and going for a walk or going for a run, can we like look around us at the scenery, at the season change, at like what is actually happening in the world? Like, can we actually show up and really like feel the good that is happening around us? And like this can be in absolutely everything. It could be in something that happens with a client in your business. It could be in like you show up in social media in a new way and somebody like likes and tells you that it's like really amazing. Like this could be in you just like realizing that the person you are now is the person that you like 5 years ago dreamed of being. And rather than just instantly moving the goalpost and saying, we need to do the next thing, like we need to like go and achieve the next thing, actually, can we just bring ourselves back into our body and not into our head just for a moment? Because genuinely, that's where the shift happens. Like it happens in our body. It's like anchoring in this ability to feel more. And I think the biggest reframe here is that being fine isn't the goal. We've normalized this as if it's something to aim for. Like, you're allowed to want more than just being fine. You're allowed, like, be audacious enough to want more than fine. Be audacious enough to allow yourself to want more, to allow yourself to experience more, to allow yourself to be even more connected to your life and your business, where you don't need to have hit burnout or have fallen apart or to justify why you allowed to have these things. Like, let's just step back into the absolute audacity of it gets to be this good. Like, it gets to be better than I've ever dreamed. It gets to be the most incredible thing. Like, I get to live my life in as many ways and as many dreams and do as many things as I want to. I get to have the relationships that I want. I get to have the friendships that I want. I get to have people show up for me in the way that I want. Like, I get to have all of these things. Because if you're listening to this and you're recognizing yourself, and you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I can see this in myself. Like, just start by noticing it. Just start by asking yourself, like, where are you just getting through at the moment? Where are you just holding it all together, but not actually feeling much? Not actually experiencing the moment, not actually being present in the thing. And what does that look like for you? Like, to bring a little more presence, to bring a little more aliveness back into your day. What does that actually mean for you? What does that actually look like for you? Like, one of the big things for me when I thought about how I want to do this, it was like really slow mornings and not getting onto my phone like immediately. So this could be reading, this could be journaling, this could be moving my body, this could be taking the dogs out for a walk, this could be, tea in bed with Jay, chatting about our week, chatting about our dreams, chatting about the things that we want to achieve. What it is. It's like, actually, how do I really live in these moments? Because fine is just a comfort state. Like, it's just where people hang out and stay stuck. Like, it's just where you stay stuck. And I don't really want that for you. Like, I don't really want anybody to just stay stuck in a place where you could be doing so much more. You could be showing up so much more. You could be engaging so much more. You could be like exactly who you want to be. And if you could just move yourself out of this nervous system space of accepting being fine, and you could move yourself into that audacity of, I want to be great. Like, I want to live a life that is so incredible. I want to know how good it gets. I want to know what is possible for me on every single level, not just fine, like genuinely. And like, if this has landed for you, please sit down and journal and ask yourself, where are you accepting fine? Where are you living in the space of being fine? And where are you done with it? Because I know for me, like, the moment that I shifted out of just being done with fine was when my healing went from like clawing out of depression to like literally quantum leaping into happiness and like shifting that perspective because no longer was I entertaining this, oh yeah, this will be okay, this will be fine. I was like, actually, I don't want fine. I don't want to just get by. I don't want to not feel alive. I don't want to not be present. I want so much more in my life. And genuinely, that's what I want from you. I want you guys to be able to sit down and say, actually, I want to build more. I want to create more. I want to have a bigger life. I want to heal on such a level that it is generational, that it is, ancestral, that it is literally recovering everything and bringing everything back to myself that I deserve, that I can show up in a way that actually lets me live a life that is way better than fine. And it genuinely shifts everything. Like, rather than healing from that place of, oh, there's always something that has to be fixed and there's always something that is wrong, let's shift into healing from everything's okay at the moment, but it gets to be so much better. It gets to be so much better. Like, I want you to all take away the mantra of show me how good it gets. Show me how good it gets. And like every morning, wake up asking yourself that. Like, by doing that, you're reprogramming your brain to look for opportunity. You're reprogramming your brain to like look for how good is it? What could get better? What are the places where I could like enhance my life, make this better, show up in a different way? And like genuinely, like that is what I crave for all of you, for everyone that listens to this podcast. So we're almost halfway through the year. Like in a week, it's going to be the 1st of July. And I want the second half of this year to be absolutely audacious for you. Absolutely audacious. And I can't wait to bring you more episodes, more solo episodes, more guest interviews. Like I cannot wait to continue on this process of learning because there is so much that I want to say about the nervous system. There's so much I want to say about the space of healing. And I feel like these solo episodes really give us the opportunity to get into that. So if you've loved this, I would absolutely love for you to share it with somebody. I know that there are so many people who need to hear this message. So I'm making you the custodian of this message to go and put it out into the world and share it with people. And as always, I would love to hear from you. If you want to leave some feedback, if you want to, send me a DM or a message over on Instagram, I would love to have a chat with you and actually hear about your own journey as you're going through this. And of course, I will see you in the next episode. We'll bring another guest back in our next episode, and I will chat to you guys soon.
Thank you for listening to another inspiring episode of the Diary of Discovery. If you found value in today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and share it with your friends, family, or anyone else you think might benefit from the stories of hope and transformation. Your feedback means the absolute world to us, so please take a moment to leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your reviews help us to reach even more listeners and continue to bring this meaningful content to the world. Until next time, remember, your healing journey is valid. You are never alone, and you have the strength to get through this. Keep shining bright, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Diary of Discovery.